Hello, and thank you for watching the Kempler design vlog. Today what we're going to do is install a product that's very new. It's the Hunter Douglas Silhouette, that's not new, Halo, that is new. And we're going to go over what makes it different and whether or not it might be a good solution for you. So we're going to run through the entire installation process and then go over it, and hopefully you'll enjoy learning about the Hunter Douglas Silhouette Halo. So the first thing that we're going to do is to open the box that it comes in. I don't know why I'm showing you this, but I want you to see the entire process. For example, if you order from Kempler Design, we may be sending these out to you, and we can get you an installer that is Hunter Douglas authorized, or for some people that like to do it themselves. I just want you to see what's involved so that you understand the process. So we have the shade out, and now we're going to get it set up. Okay, so we've placed the Halo shade, Silhouette Halo, on the counter here, and I'm just going to go over a couple things that are very important. First of all, we want to take these supports off because they provide a lot of protection in shipping so that nothing is damaged. So we've got all that out, and we're going to take this and move it aside. And then, this is very important, you don't want to use scissors or a blade, whatever works for you, or you can actually use your fingers and tear it. But over here, you'll notice that when I took it out of the box, it has all of the hardware and accessories and things in this bag. What I like to do is to just cut that off, and then I cut this one partially at the same time. Create the openness, and then I take all of these parts out, and I'll go over them right now. This is trash to me, but it tells you what's in there. This is very important. We'll get to that later. I'll just leave that here. This guy right here is how you can scan and then register your products with Hunter Douglas to make sure that it is at full authorization. And then what we have, you have a couple of boxes. If you're working with me, chances are that you're using lithium-ion batteries instead of the standard battery packs. This is one battery is inside this, and you can see how it is. It's super easy to open. You just grab the end, and the battery itself is inside this bag. That's for protection again. Then this other box, which is a little bit more square. This one, again, I just open it up. It's the holder for the lithium-ion batteries. So you'll notice right here that it has some screws. Don't throw those away because you need the right screws when you do this. Open it. And that's what this looks like. We'll put all this together shortly. The next thing that we're going to do is open up the shade. So we're going to go here. Remember I tore it open. And just slide it down across. There's a lot of smoke in the air, so I'm about to sneeze. Sneezing is completed. So we're going to just gently, again, take it off. You'll notice there's some very interesting stuff that we need to look at here. So for example, see on this side? We're going to discuss what that does later, but you're not going to be able to see it because it's going to be behind all of this. we need to place it the right direction. So it'll sit like this inside this opening. And then something else that we want to notice is here, it has the battery charge extension. And there's a device here that holds it in place. So it doesn't move from that location, but it's good to know that it's there. And this guy right here just makes sure that everything rolls up and down correctly. It was on the other side as well. Something else you'll notice is if we turn it over a little bit, notice that there's this paper right here. And like it says, do not remove this band until it is installed. So we'll go over that, but in the meantime, I'll just leave it like this. We also got our bag of brackets. I'm going to take all those out. And the way the bracket works is it sits like this inside the window, like this. This little guy right here, this plastic thing, that when you insert it, and I'll just show you down here below when you install it, right down here at the shade. When it goes in, you see this plastic? It's over the top of this, and it slides on, click, like that. I'm not going to click it because then I have to release it. But actually I'll click it because it's not hard. So this clicks on and then that's it. It's on there, it's snapped on. This guy right here, you just click it or move it to the side and you're able to take it right off, even though you heard it was clicked on. So now what I'm going to do is the installation. And in this case, because it's not a very deep window, we're going to mount it all the way at the back. But one thing you need to notice here on this side is that there's not a lot of room. If you try to put the bracket here, it won't fit. It has to go in between. That's one of the reasons that I put the shade on the bottom, is that I can go straight up from here and know without excessive measuring that that's going to be a good spot. They sent 3 brackets, therefore we use 3 brackets. Something to keep in mind on this, some people will put everything up there and mark every little spot before they do it. That's up to you. It's not necessary if you know how you're doing it. Again, on this side, we can't mount it here. We have to mount it inside. So I'll just take my hand, show where that location is, and I know that here is perfectly fine. In fact, I can move it in a little bit. Okay, and as you saw, I went like this just to make sure that it's strong on all of them. Now, what I do when I'm doing this is, number one, I make sure that this cord is going down towards the back. Then what I do is I start grabbing at this plastic here to try. This is, oh, I just saw something that is interesting. Notice here, what I just talked about, it's telling you don't install right here, and it is telling you the same thing. So you'll have a reminder if you're doing it yourself. So what I'm going to do now, like I just mentioned, is remove just the top of this to give myself space, because sometimes this plastic can get caught in the bracket and it makes it harder to take down. But I'm not removing it, as you can see. I'm only lifting it so it's easier to take down later. Very good. All right, now I'm going to take it, protected by the plastic, and I'm going to put this spacing that we talked about. And I don't have my step stool here, so it makes it a little harder. But I was able to get it, that ridge there, and I showed you earlier, it goes, the bottom of the bracket, that flat part goes underneath the ridge at the top of this, and then the plastic goes at the top. So I test my left and right to make sure they're equal, which they're not, so I'm going to move it over just a little bit. And now it's equal. I'm going to press in. You hear that snap? Snap, snap. All three are done, and the shade is installed. So now we're going to work on some other details. So what we're going to do now is what we started before and take this down. So it's already been started at the top, so it's off relatively easily. And then down below, make sure it's released. And it's been released from there. And then do you see how this is grabbing the paper? You can just grab the paper. And it is attached right here. So I'm going to move this one. And it's off. And it's off of this one as well. And you can see the bottom of the shade coming out right here. So now what we're going to do is make it function. So I'm going to plug in the battery pack, and this can be in a lot of different locations. This one is going to be a pain to reach. I'm going to use my needle nose pliers, or needle head, I suppose. Makes no sense. Okay, that'll give you some structure there. I'm going to plug this in. That is now plugged in. And here's what I want you to notice after this gets plugged in. We're going to focus the camera right here. And what I'm going to do is take the lithium ion battery. You can see it has, this is the charger hole, and this is the hole that it goes in. So it just plugs in like that, and look up at the top. You'll notice it blinks blue. It blinks blue again. It goes green and flashes, and it says, I am ready to work. So now what I do in this case is that same button that lit up, we just press it. It's going to go up to its top position. Then we press it again. And the shade lowers. And this thing is going to get cleaned up later. I'm just making it work for now. You'll notice it goes to the closed position. And now I'm going to hit it again, and it goes to the tipped open position. Now this is what a normal silhouette shade looks like, where it's in this kind of horizontal position. The full open position that makes the halo different has to be done with the remote control. And in order to do that, we have to go through a whole nother set of steps as to what needs to be done. So it's going into roll up. Okay. Very good. So now we'll start setting up the app, and we'll see exactly how it works. In order to do the programming for this, it's not like the old version. You're not going to sit here and press buttons either. And you can't do the programming using the remote control. You need to use the app in order to do it. Now this is Google Play, but you can find it on another system as well from Apple. But this is the Hunter Douglas PowerView app. And when I open it, you'll notice that, well, in my case, I have a bunch of different things here. I don't want to show you other people's things, but I can hit that I want to add a home. So I'm just going to call this Halo, because that's what it is. And I'll hit, so it said Halo, and I'll hit next. And it says, how is it powered? Very important. Either battery wand, rechargeable, or hardwired. In this case, rechargeable. Next. And now we're going to call it the room. Let's call it a sunroom because I'm really hot. So on this one, it shows you all the shades that are on this system. In this case right now, we only have the one. So I'm going to hit jog. And if we look at the top as we do it, and I hit jog right there, you'll notice that the shade moves down and then back up. So we now know what it is. So therefore, I'm going to tap this one and call it sunroom. I'll just make up my own word. Sunroom halo. But you can call it anything you want. I'll hit done. And now I hit next. It says shades added. Clicked green and then next. And it says, do you have any remotes to add to the room? And I'll say, yes, I have a remote that I'm setting up. And here is the remote control. Probably do it the right direction. And we're calling it a sunroom remote. So I'm going to say, I want it to be on channel 1, which I just hit the 1. I don't know if you noticed that. I'll do it again. 1. And this is the one that I want to work. So I hit it, or I hit select all if there are more. And I say done. So what I do here is I tap it to say this is the channel that I want, halo. And I say done. Sync. Sync remote. It tells you exactly what to do. So I say start sync. Now watch this. I press and hold this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now notice how you get that scrolling numbers. That's saying, okay, it's done. The remote was added. Now I hit done. And then it says that there are updates. So I'll just go ahead and hit the updates. And I'm updating the remote. And again, I'm going to do the same exact thing. Just follow the direction that comes on this stuff, and it makes it really, really easy. So it took a little bit of time, but the remote control got the software update. And so now we just hit next, and it says done. And it asks, do you have a gateway to add to your home? Again, let me make this clear. The app will control up to 4 shades. So if you have more than that, you definitely need the gateway. And even so, the gateway is a better system. The gateway is like, it used to be called a hub, and it allows you to automate and to be a little bit more specific on things and to have a little bit more accuracy. But overall, they both work very well. So I'm going to say no in this case. We're not adding it. And it says, yep, you're set up. So for example, on the remote control at this point, I can say channel 1 because that's what we asked it to be. And we hit close, and we'll notice that the shade is going down. Now this is really important what I'm going to show you right here. Okay, so now you'll notice when I hit close, it just goes to that closed position. And now what I can do is tip the up position right here, and you'll notice it goes to that same exact spot it went to before. But watch this. This is the key. This is halo. Okay, so now what we're going to show you is how to get it from the normal silhouette position to the halo position. So notice right here, you see that up arrow? In fact, I'll highlight it. Up arrow. Tap it twice quickly. Tap, tap. Notice now that it goes to the halo position. So when the sun is coming down at certain times of the day, you want your view, but you want it angled this way to prevent the sun from hitting it. This is a south-facing window, and it has that. Now, let me show you one really great feature as well. So here we can go to, you see the close button, close, but now I'm gonna hit close twice. Close, close. And now notice that this is the DuoLIte for the silhouette halo. It has a blackout shade behind it that even though you have beautiful light filtering in the front, now when you want to sleep or you want room darkening for watching TV or something, then you have the ability to close it off completely. So that is the Hunter Douglas Silhouette Halo. Now keep in mind, if you had the regular Silhouette, these vanes right now, if you have the DuoLIte, which is the shade behind it, this louver would be in the flat position. Now you can have it tipped up. I'd like to thank you for watching the longest Kempler design vlog ever, but if you're getting this shade, you really need to see what goes into it. And I want to point out something very important. The Halo, because it's new as of May 2022, only comes in one size vein or louver, 4 inches, and it only comes in one style of fabric. That is the Elan, which nicely corresponds well to a couple of other product lines that they have. They use essentially the same fabric. So if you are looking for something that gives you the look that you're going for, then this is a fantastic product. And I hope that you will consider it if you're looking for a really premium product to put into your home or office. And we'd love to assist you with it. If you'd like to order from us, then we look forward to hearing from you. And I thank you very, very much for watching the Kempler Design Vlog.